Alright, so I'm just waiting to link up somewhere else, and I'm definitely ready now. It's kind of sideways. Definitely ready now. So we can safely do this. I gained quite a bit of levels, about 13 levels, and I'm crazy surprised by how much. So if you remember when I was wiping Exdeath yesterday, I had about a little over 1,000 HP on my physicals, and I had not even 800 HP on my black mage in just 13 levels. Look at how much it affected the HP of this party. This is good, because I think it will let me survive a Grand Cross. I don't think it really affected my damage dealing capability at all, but it definitely changed my survivability. Especially since while I was grinding, I got more elixirs, so I have 9 elixirs still, which should be enough to power me through second phase. So here we go, Exdeath time. I already pre-saved after the cutscene, so we just go now. Also, he didn't really suck up the cities that he chose to have sucked up in the cutscene, which is interesting. Because I had to go back to Ball Castle to get some money for a hot minute. I couldn't find a mover. I did all that grinding off screen because it's boring. Giant tree, Exdeath, yeah. Oh, you have to watch the cutscene again, even though it lets you save after it, huh? That's interesting. Well, more benefit to not wiping again. So just gotta remember to set up the break sword ahead of time, and then go for it. Alchemist, and then get rid of the Grand Cross one. After that, I think I can, if I can kill the Grand Cross one, then I can do the other two just fine. Just gotta remember to kill the last 2 pieces at once so it doesn't like start going crazy on me. It's weird that it lets you walk away from this cutscene, but it also replays it if you come back. It's just a weird fact about this game. The Warriors of Dawn. Do you like how this is the second Final Fantasy game where ghosts help you with the final battle? If you remember Final Fantasy IV. I know if you play Free Enterprise, you haven't seen those cutscenes in quite a while, but the party members come and help you out. The dead ones. And the living ones. They all send their help. I still think Lena's dad is a weird King Tycoon. Has a strange place in the story. Alright, let's do it. Bye. Let's test Guild Toss too, now that I've... Oh yeah, you gotta set up the break sword now. does decent damage. I also don't have that much money anymore because I spent it all on like cabins and haste rings. You see, I have haste rings on everyone now. That's going to be helpful. Yeah, my damage is pretty good. So this form will go down quite quickly then. I forget how much HP it has, but yes. As long as it doesn't like spam the white star move or whatever it is, I should be fine. It didn't even do it once the first time I fought it. I just got lucky. I don't know what's up with that. But... let's go! So I already have the break sword active. Also, this auto haste on everyone is like pretty sweet. Especially with ATB weight, so I don't have to be perfect on the menuing to get maximum results from it here. Their ATB bar starts so high. Because that's how, I guess that's how it works in this game, like it doesn't make your bar faster, it just makes it not go to the bottom. That might require an elixir. That's okay. It's not bad. I can't let her not attack, so. I think that's the first time I've seen Claire in that fight, actually, as well. Or maybe I just wasn't, I was just Phoenix downing people instead of bringing them back to the full because there was no point. They get one shot by everything. And now they don't, so I have a reason to heal them up. There's white hole. So we need a Phoenix down and soft. And elixir. So that's what sucks about white hole. You waste 3 turns doing it, fixing it up, I should say. Because it's weird. Petrified lasts through death. Or maybe it's just that move because it does them both at the same time, but I've never seen another Final Fantasy game where status effects last through death. It's very bizarre. But the goal is to have the party as high HP as possible going into Phase 2, because I don't really want to stop to heal in Phase 2. I just want to get the first 2 pieces dead like as fast as possible. Alright. The void begins to devour Exdeath. No! What is the void? Wow! I had the power of void. What is void? I know I've said this both of the other times I've fought him, but like I love how Final Fantasy bosses in the Super Nintendo era, like the final bosses are always just like amalgamations of people. They brought that back in Kingdom Hearts 1 as well. That's like a classic Final Fantasy style boss that you fight at the end of that. Like, where do the women come from? Exdeath is... I guess Exdeath's a tree, so it doesn't... Who knows where his form came from. It did come out and say he's a tree, right, when you got the intro about him, but it's like you kind of forget that fact until it shows you near the end of the game. I like his tree form better, it looks cooler, in my opinion. This kind of looks like, maybe like the Dark Empress from, like the horns on the head, I guess. It's just interesting. Alright, so this... That needs to go. Goodbye. Dead. Now we will kill this one. 50,000. 55,000 I need to heal. Vacuum Wave. Ooh, that hurts. I need to keep my Black Mage up there. She deals the most damage. And a high potion won't put her in the safe zone, so it's unfortunate I have to use an elixir just for that. But there's no getting around it. Bam! The real test is, am I going to survive a Grand Cross or not? That's the real test. I guess it depends on what status effects I get, honestly, because I have 2 ribbons, but I can't equip them because I don't have dancers. Equip ribbons like the only reason to have a dancer in this game in the first place, if I'm remembering correctly. That's not nearly enough yet. It hasn't started charging yet, though, so I need to... Oof. Nope. Charging the Grand Cross, so I need to get Ferris up pretty quickly here. Up and elixired. Kara could probably use a high potion. This is the test, because if I can survive this one, then I can survive the rest. Because I'll kill this before it gets another Grand Cross up, and then the rest of the moves aren't very problematic. I'll just deal an extra 10 damage in the back and then start using AoE. It'd be interesting if I was close enough where I could power through rather than trying to heal up and make it not do Grand Cross fall, but I don't think. I haven't been counting my damage, but just like halfway counting it. It doesn't seem like I had enough, close to enough yet. Yeah. There comes Flare, which is gonna kill her. That's unfortunate. If I had Reflect Ring. There comes the Grand Cross. What a bad time for it. Well, let's see. Bart's might live. Who knows? I need to get some people up though. That's the only all-party effect though. So Phoenix Downs will work. Oh, only tiny Bart's. This is actually pretty nice. Now, is it Luck Mallet that makes you not tiny anymore? I don't know. I can't remember. I'll get Kara back up. We need to elixir her. I don't know if it's worth elixiring Ferris yet, again. Nice. Holy. That's annoying. Hit Bart's. Oh wow, he lived. Nice. That saved the turn. I'm gonna have to elixir Ferris here soon. I'm almost out of elixirs, so I need to get the this one at the top. Yeah, here, we'll go the next Grand Cross, or I'll probably be in trouble. I got lucky on that Grand Cross too, but only one person got a status effect. Uh-oh, here it comes. Ouch. She's gonna die on Grand Cross then anyways, I don't have the time to heal her. Come on. Let's go. It's got to be close now, I think. Yes, got it. That's good then. That hit the front. That didn't hit anything actually. It hit the dummy target. Alright, so now we need a couple extra on the back. And we'll be good to go. Oh, Guild Toss's actually pretty good here. I need 4 extra fires on the back. Okay. Let's get Ferris back up. Okay, only 3 elixirs left, but it's okay. There's no more Grand Cross. So I'm kind of safe. I can just Phoenix down, actually, now. I don't need to actually worry about it. Guild Tossers need to Guild Toss. And then I still need 2 more fires on the back one, extras. And then I'll go all target for everything. And I'll be good. That's it. The hard part's done. I can't imagine trying to figure this out as a kid, like which form you need to kill first, and like how to get through it. I guess you would have healing, so that would help, and you'd probably be higher level as well from doing all the side quests and stuff, which I did not do. Why did all of a sudden deal 1 damage to the one into that? I don't know, or 0 damage. I don't understand. Wait, what? Oh, I'm out of money. Interesting. The AoE really isn't doing it here, but it's... If I let them... I guess I could go back and forth, but if I let them... if I let one of them die first, it would be really ugly for me, so... If I come in here with more money, I could have just ended this really quickly, but I did not have more money. Maybe I should have fought some movers. Could have helped me end this quick, because this is going to be a slog. They've got like 50,000 HP. I'm dealing not that much damage. Also, MP is going to be a problem eventually, because I've been using my elixirs for health healing, which means I don't have them for MP healing, and Ethers are really weak in this game. Like, one Ether will only get you 2 more casts of Fire 3, so that will be quite a slog if I have to use those. We'll see if it drags out that long. I need 50 turns of Fire 3 total right now, so... That's pretty unfortunate. Okay. Ooh. Not good. I have 52 Phoenix down, so this is not a problem. There's only single target effects left on the boss, so no need to use elixirs. I'll save my last elixirs for MP healing. And just spam Phoenix downs. If I get hit, it'll be slower, but it will be more safe, I would say. Because I hate to run out of MP and have to physically attack this sucker alternating. Although, let's see how much a physical attack would deal here. The one in front seems to be taking less damage overall, so I probably should attack that extra time anyways. Breaksword doesn't do anything. It wouldn't be too bad if I ran out of MP, not good though. Ooh, what? Is that a counterattack? What's that? That's a counterattack. Not good. That's not good at all. I don't like that. Well, let's not do that again. It's the first time I've seen that. The haste is really helping. All-party haste is really helping me get this done and not have extra heal off turn. So you can see I almost took a second Grand Cross. So if I hadn't gone back and spent all my money on these speed shoes for everybody, I definitely would have got hit by another Grand Cross. And depending on the status effects, like you're just rolling the dice. So it's good that I got through that. Levels will solve all problems. Oh yeah? And I think the one in the back isn't heavy, so I think I can maybe doom it, but at that point, that wouldn't help me because then the one in the front will enrage and I'll have to work through a full 50,000 while I'm getting annihilated. So, I don't have healing, so I'm not gonna do that. That'd be like brute force if you had a party with lots of health and a white mage, just cure every turn, Zeroma style. But I do not have a white mage, so that's not happening. Let's go. Oh, you're dead. Twofer. He got a twofer. He killed 2 characters too. That's unfortunate. We'll check the MP here soon. This battle is so long and tough. Yeah, samurai dodging. Oh yeah. She's got the golden hairpin, so she's gonna go forever. Now, my other party members are almost out, so the next time one of them goes down, I'll elixir, probably Bart's next, depending on if he goes down, or Kara. Oh, the one in the back died. Need to go, need to go! Wait, no. The one in the front died? Yeah. I need to kill this one in the back then. Pretty quickly. Oh. Space rocks. Wow. Oof. So, that's not good. Bartz needs to... If a meteor hits all 4 targets at once, I'll die. So I need to get rid of this right now. It should be almost dead. There we go. Wow, that was close call. So yeah, definitely good to kill both parts there, because that meteor will just annihilate me. Cool. We did it! My first Four Job Fiesta. It's done. Basic mode with Black Mage. I don't know how I would have got through a lot of that without the Black Mage, to be honest. I was really banking heavy on Black Magic. For everything, not just the last battle, but like everything. So, awesome. Same star effect as from Final Fantasy IV ending. Nice to see. And it tells you the story of the world after you already beat the game. It's so weird. This is so weird. Pursuit. Like, wait, what? The text is a little messed up. This is a track I haven't heard in quite a long time. Enjoying the ending here. Once again, just reminding everyone, we brought like a little girl with me on this adventure. Well, yeah, because it existed before Exdeath. There was the original villain, Anuo, who may also be the same as Exdeath. It's not, it's kind of unclear. They're kind of samey, like he's also like a dark sorcerer. Oh no, the crystals leave you. Goodbye, crystals. But we didn't get all the pieces from one of the crystals. The water crystal has a piece still down in the tower. And they make new crystals. But they're in different locations. I find that to be interesting. I didn't even go to Istery Falls, so... Oh, they're going, I think, where the tablets were? Does that make sense? I only got one tablet, so... Yeah, they're the podiums where the tablets were at. Well, where's the last crystal go? Oh, there's only 3. Wait, no? I'm confusing myself now. Everybody's back, yeah. As the combined world, though. But they originally split the worlds to seal the void. So what, with the merged world, what's going on? You too, Bartz. And you never felt like Bartz was like the party leader or anything. He was just one of them. Like, he may be the character you quote unquote play as, but there's really no main character in this game. I don't feel like. It's an interesting way they did it. I feel like they kind of did the same thing in Final Fantasy 13 or 12, that is, where really if there's any main character, it's both here. Like, Ash is kind of a fake main character. Whereas later, like, or, you know, Final Fantasy VI as well, you either have Terra or Celes, you don't really know, it kind of changes who's the main character. Whereas later Final Fantasies, like Squall and Renoa, are definitely the main characters of Final Fantasy VIII, and Cloud is definitely the main character of Final Fantasy VII, you know. Zidane and Dagger are definitely the main characters of Final Fantasy IX. But here you came to space! Space, hear you riding through the night. It's not nighttime, it's just space. Crystal magic. That's what we're gonna say, did it. Whee! There's the last one. Sid and Mid. Oh, I like this song too. This is on a couple of the arranged albums. It's peaceful. It's not more peaceful than Final Fantasy IV's ending. Not quite as peaceful. I mean, can anything beat Chrono Trigger's ending as far as giving you like that sense of satisfaction and peaceful calmness? Like, you can't beat it. I love the end of Chrono Trigger. This one's pretty good though. I do think they outdid themselves with Final Fantasy VI after this. I think most people who have finished that game will agree as well. There's no one to succeed the throne. The king's granddaughter is here. What do you mean? Maybe I'll be queen? That doesn't sound too bad. Aw, Bartz goes to Drogon's grave. I love Bartz's hometown. I love, like, there's kind of a bittersweet feeling about his town. It has its own special music that's very touching, along with the music box flashbacks. It's very good. Chocobos hatch from the eggs right after they're laid. Nice. It's been 1 year. He's in the Mua tree. They have like an airship and all sorts of ways to travel. They can go see each other whenever they want. Sid and Mid don't even know Kara. I never went to wherever they are in World 3. They never met her. Swing! This makes it feel like Bartz is a little bit more important than he really is. Oh, hey, it's Bartz. It's interesting which moments they picked as well. Woo! Excuse me. Wow. Lena poisons herself to feed one Hiryu. Eats the poisonous plant to save another Hiryu. She's got a problem. And you can see they've developed this, so it does all these scenes and introduces each character, and then they use that same idea in Final Fantasy VI, except in a way grander scale, like how it shows each of their parts of the escape, and each character you get kind of slots in and has like the nice introduction with the storybook. They just evolved it a little more. You can see what they were going for, and they never did that again after Final Fantasy VI. They kind of did at the end of Final Fantasy VIII, where they kind of have a scene with each character, and then it ends with Squall and Renoa out on the balcony. But it's not quite the same. I guess they kind of did it in Final Fantasy IX as well. It's Kara, or Kryl. Sometimes referred to as Kryl. Is it Eris or Aerith? Kryl or Kara? Sarah or Sarisa? Who knows? And you had to go there so you know where it's talking about. They put it in your way. And the game is very sentimental about Galef. But I don't, you know, I was in an earlier segment, I was talking about this with one of the chatters that, people acted like Eris dying was like some, big thing that had never happened in the series before, when Tella died in Final Fantasy IV and Galef died in this game. But I think part of why Eris hurt more is both, number one, she was a more beloved character, and two, like, you lost her permanently. Like, in this game, Kara replaces him, Galef, so I feel like people didn't get an emotional attachment to Galef as much as they did Eris. Maybe that's just due to character design as well. I mean, Eris kind of went straight into the hearts of a lot of people when Final Fantasy VII came out, just because her character design is extremely good. And she's very, pure being type, so... And the Final Fantasy theme here playing with the Galef flashbacks is cool for it to introduce him. I'm actually kind of... Even after I just got done saying, like, we don't care about Galef that much, I'm kind of like, oh, but we do. A little... Yeah. It's still good. The way they did it in this ending is good, and then all the friends show up. Yeah. Nice work, Square. How'd they all know to show up here? It's weird. You show up to your parents' grave, basically, and all your friends just happen to be there. I guess it kind of makes sense that they weren't around her as much as they were with Galef, so she kind of thought, we're not really that close. He did laugh a lot in this game. Oh, and the birds go by. And just like before, they run some of the kingdoms. They run 2 of the kingdoms on the planet. Although none of the crystals are directly under the control of any countries, like the places they went are kind of remote, instead of the old crystals where the kingdoms had kind of built up around them. Also, I like how it matches each warrior with a crystal. I think that's very cool. I really am looking forward to next year's Four Job Fiesta now, and doing like a more complicated type of Four Job Fiesta. I had a lot of fun, even though I was really frustrated at times. But I got through it. It took me a little longer than I wanted, and I had to grind a bit at the end. But thanks to Black Magic, I got my way through it. I need to try it a different time without Black Mage and see how well I do. Hopefully not with Beastmaster next time, because it's just too much of a pain for me. But we shall see. Next year, I will try a more difficult type. They all have chocobos. She's got a dragon. Weird flex, Kara, but okay. There we go. Amano. I have always preferred Amano's character designs versus Nomura's. I like even not just the art style, although Amano has, of course, like a beautiful, unique art style. The character designs, once they're put into the game, I usually like them a bit better too. I just think it's a shame Amano never really got to develop any characters for the 3D Final Fantasy era. I think it would have been amazing to see what some of these designs in the Super Nintendo era, which were very rich and like detail-full if you look at the concept art. I wish they'd gotten to transform some of those into 3D graphics. And you can see here, there's once again a lot of graphical similarities between this game and Chrono Trigger, which you wouldn't expect. You know, I always associated Chrono Trigger with Final Fantasy IV because, you know, when I was growing up, they repackaged them on the PlayStation together as Final Fantasy Chronicles, Final Fantasy IV, and Chrono Trigger. Whereas this was Final Fantasy Anthology with Final Fantasy VI. But Chrono Trigger really has a lot more graphical similarities to this than it does to any of the other Super Nintendo Final Fantasy games. Just the way they did some of the sprites and some of the landscape stuff. And even the ending. Like To Faraway Times has this panning, you know, gliding camera. Or just think, they made this Chocobo graphic just for this ending. It doesn't exist in the rest of the game. Neither does that Hiryu. So they made custom sprites just for the ending. It's a lot of work put in. And I can see why it's very weird that we didn't get this game in the United States, because from what I've seen, Final Fantasy IV did pretty well here. And this game sold like hotcakes in Japan. I'm pretty sure, like, this game is very well regarded in Japan as like one of the best early Final Fantasy games. And we never got it originally. We had to wait until it was on PlayStation 1 in the crazy anthology version, which, by the way, doesn't run correctly on PlayStation 2. You can't see the menus. They're just empty boxes. You have to have them memorized to know what to do with them, which, of course, is pretty hard with the job class system. It's really making me want to replay Chrono Trigger. I might do that. I kind of want to speedrun Chrono Trigger, but I kind of also don't want to. Maybe I'll try to learn Defeat Magus. I kind of want to learn Paladin percent for Final Fantasy IV as well, though. So there's a lot getting on my plate now. I actually need to put that on my to-do list right now before I forget. Paladin percent and Defeat Magus percent. Nice, nice. It's a pretty long ending sequence here with nothing really happening. Oh, and you, the Super Nintendo era as well. Always so great about thanking you for playing the game. And they choose that boss. Out of all the bosses to show, of course, it's the scantily clad one. That guy got his way again. It gives you the stats, like, yes, pretty good. All the moves that they know. So you can feel really proud about how high you've got your job classes up. It's stylish. I like it. Bum, 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 bum. And it had to give a lot of extra time in case you mastered everything, because they want the music to match what's on screen. So they basically they give it enough time where if you've mastered everything, it can all still scroll by. Ferris. All my people kind of look samey because I was rotating the jobs around. I really, honestly, should have kept someone. I didn't have enough game knowledge at the time, but I should have kept someone on Samurai the whole time without us switching out, because they have an auto-kill move that works on some bosses, but you have to have the job mastered to use it. Those 13 levels made all the difference there. Made Exdeath kind of a breeze. There was a little touch and go for a minute. So now I know to shoot for at least level 40 in my next challenge, just to make sure I can survive a Grand Cross. Unless I have some really beefy magic defense classes, which I don't even know what those are in this game. It kind of makes me want to do another one right now, but I've just got too much on my plate to devote to it. But next year I will be back with an even more challenging Four Job Fiesta. And I will know more about the game then, so... I wonder, is there an introductory category for this game, like there is for some of the other Final Fantasies? My computer really doesn't like to open a browser while I'm streaming, I don't know why. Another reason a new computer is in the cards. Beastmaster, as if I ever captured a Grand Behemoth, and you couldn't even have one! You couldn't even have one then, come on game. Nice. Bards. Let's see what the categories are for Final Fantasy V. Moderated by Chrono, Kirby, El Magus, and Down. Dude, El Magus isn't everywhere. Does he run every Final Fantasy game? I feel like he runs all the PlayStation and Super Nintendo era Final Fantasies, plus Chrono Trigger. Oh, and not only does he run them, he's like a pathfinder in all of them. He's come up with new strats, pretty much everything. It's crazy. No, I don't see any shorts. No short runs here. So there's really no good intro category, I guess. Maybe all crystals would be a good intro category. Get the first 4 crystals and just be done. When the last one breaks or something. That would be kind of long, maybe, I don't know. I mean, the full speed run is less than 4 hours, so you would think, I don't know how they get it done that fast. But you'd think if it's that short, then an intro category could be like an hour. They could be the shortest of the Super Nintendo ones. And there's the end. Awesome. Well, thanks for following along with me, especially if you've been watching like multiple times of this. I had a good run. Once I got into World 2 and found my legs, it was pretty good, smooth sailing. So thank you for watching. And I may have highlights up of the previous portions. That I guess depends on how much people want it, because it would be a lot of editing and I'm not sure it's worth the time commitment. But let me know in the comments if you want to see some highlights from the previous bits of this, and maybe I'll get them up.